And in this video, I want to introduce you my favorite concept, model, or map. It calls spiral dynamics. Have you ever heard about spiral dynamics before? If not, look this video. So in this first video, I'm gonna do short introduction of basic terms and let me say basic fundamental think about spiral dynamics. And I will make 6 more or 7 probably 7 more videos for you about each level of spiral dynamics, and we will explore it. And of course I will share practical tools how you can use it for yourself personally, for your professional development, your team growing, or maybe your own business or your company. So let's do it. Spiral dynamics introduction. So spiral dynamics, as I said before, is a map which has 8 levels of personal, professional, leadership, team, or company's development. So we can use spiral dynamics in all spheres where people are. And each level of these 8 levels has own ways of thinking, so own mindsets, different mindsets, human values, needs, energies, goals, challenges, strategies, and tools. So can you just imagine 8 levels? Also, these 8 levels shows how the humanity in general has been evaluating. Yes. So, and of course, we can use this map for ourselves, for our business and company. First of all, about key figures who created spiral dynamics approach. So the main person is Claire Graves. Claire Graves is a scientist, and he did a lot of surveys and experiments with the students where he noticed that all these people, it was thousands of people, they have like the same stages or the same levels of their personal and professional evolutions. So, and after that, Don Beck and Chris Cowan, they wrote the first book. It's called Spiral Dynamics. So you can see this book on the left side. Spiral Dynamics is the first book about spiral dynamics. So sorry for repeating myself. So the second book in the middle, it's Spiral Dynamics in Action. This book about how you can use spiral dynamics in business, how you can use spiral dynamics in developing your team or yourself as a leader or your company. And the third book, Reinventing Organizations, it's written by Frederick Laloux. And so he took 42 companies and he explored how spiral dynamics can be used also to change or transform this company in a practical way. Frederick Laloux a little bit transformed spiral dynamics. He changed the names of some levels. So pay attention on these differences. And so there is a spiral dynamics, 8 levels: beige level, purple, red, blue, orange, green, yellow, and turquoise. 8 levels. And let me tell you the fundamental things about spiral dynamics. So you can see that spiral dynamics has several levels on the left side and several levels on the right side. So levels number 1, 3, 5, and 7, we call it personal or individual levels, or internal focus levels, or levels I. In the levels on the right side, it's purple, blue, green, and turquoise. It's a levels we. It's a levels about focusing outside. For example, let's take your employee who doesn't do maybe their performance well. We can explore this situation, how this person behaves individually, and check his individual skills, knowledge or values or attitudes, beliefs or something. And also we can check how this person interacts on the we levels with other co-workers, maybe leaders, clients. So how this person interacts outside him, herself. So this is I level and we level. And you see, it's like a balance between pay attention to yourself, pay attention to your interactions with others, right? I, we, I, we, I, we. Okay, you can notice that the levels from 1 to 6, we call it first tier levels. It means that it's like a basic levels of spiral dynamics, which has all mindsets, tools, strategies, values, which person or company needs to be, let me say, fully completed in their personal development. I mean, to be integral, to be, it's like 6 components, 6 parts of puzzles, you know, which you have to collect before you can say and feel and hear and see yourself as an integral, let me say, systematic thinking person or company or leader. So the first tier, it's a 6 components of puzzles, which we have to collect and keep it. And the second tier, so there is a line, right, which shows that there is a border between first tier and second tier. And the first level on the second tier, it's a yellow level, it's a mastery level, it's an integrational level, where if you want to be there as a leader or as a person, so you should collect experience and be great on each of previous 6 levels. You should integrate it. You should complete all puzzles, all 6 parts of puzzles together. And it will mean that you are on the second tier levels, yellow and turquoise. And of course, very important things about pre-rational levels, rational levels, and post-rational levels. So you can notice that levels from number 1 to 3, they called pre-rational levels. What does it mean? Have you ever heard about 3 types of brain which we have, each person has? So the first brain, it's reptile brain. It's our instincts, right? They protect us from the death, right? And they helps us to survive. And the second brain, it's emotional brain, or limbic system. So we can express our reactions through emotions, right? And feelings. And the third brain, right? It's our visual brain. So this brain helps us to pretend, to dream, to plan something, to imagine everything in our mind, which is not existing at all, right? Only human being, only people have this third brain. So we can be proud of ourselves. And here, pre-rational levels, 3 levels of spiral dynamics, it's about using our reptile and emotional brains together. So it's when we feel, when we can, when we are very sensitive, when we can listen our intuition, when we can feel different energies inside us or outside, right? It's when we can hear our instincts. So it's about our, let me say, heart part of us, right? So it's about how we can perceive this world through feelings, emotions, intuition, and instincts. Okay, no intellectual skills or abilities needed here. So the rational levels, it's a blue level and orange, right? So on these levels, we start using our visual brain. So it's where we can really start thinking about future, where we can start analyze our experience, where we can learn something, we can create systems, processes, rules, we can create some innovations and something. So these rational levels, it's our intellectual or cognitive abilities levels, cognitive skills levels. Okay, so and there is a difference. It's like heart levels, pre-rationals, right? First 3 levels, and brain levels. Okay, so and on the post-rational levels, it's green, yellow, and turquoise levels. We start using all of them together, our hearts and brain skills working together, creating something desirable. Is it the word desirable? Some desired, right? So something great. And we call it post-rational levels, when our feelings and thoughts, right, our instincts, intuition, and our knowledge and skills come together and creating these new levels of perceiving the world, or new levels of operations of our life operations or our business operations. So that's what I want to tell you about, basic things about spiral dynamics. And that's how spiral dynamics looks like. It's very important to say that this description, levels descriptions, which you can see, it's my personal interpretation, my personal professional interpretation. I use spiral dynamics in this way. And honestly, I can say that you know, it's like an empiric psychology, right? Or experiment psychology. The observer, through observation process, impact to observation objects. And observation objects can impact to observation process and observer. So the same thing happens with me in spiral dynamics. I'm growing personally and professionally. I'm working with a lot of different people, situations, and companies as a coach, right? And I explore the words. I open it to myself day by day, right? And of course, this map is getting more detailed for me, right? So I change it, this description sometimes. And again, please pay attention that it's my personal and professional interpretation of spiral dynamics. If you wanna see or explore other interpretations, please read books, watch other videos, my colleagues' videos, and you will see how different we feel, see, hear, and interpret these levels. So I will not stop here on these interpretations now because I will make 7 videos about each of these levels later. So please continue watching that. I will just share with you main principles. So the first principle, consistent development from the bottom to up, right? It means that just pretend that spiral dynamics levels, it's like a floors on a building floors. You can't build 5th and 6th floors without 1st and 2nd, right? So the same things here. If you wanna evaluate, right, and achieve all high or top levels, you should be very well, you should feel very well personally and professionally on the basic levels, okay? Second, experience accumulates, which with each levels, and it is important to keep it. So it means that, again, the metaphor, I will use the metaphor about building. To make more floors, you should keep the first, second, third, and basic floors, right? The same thing with spiral dynamics. You can't forget the basic levels if you want to fly higher, right? You should keep it as a fundamental, fundamental things in your life. The lower levels do not understand the upper ones, but they always like the upper ones. Sometimes we can notice that people think on the basic levels more, and they can't understand the higher levels. The level of organization depends on the leaders and leaders levels, and every person in organization has all the 6 strings of the souls. It's like a humanistic approach of spiral dynamics. So it means everybody, you and me, we have all of these 6 and even 7 and 8 levels inside already. We just have to learn how to use them. And to use them as a master. Just pretend that these 6 strings, it's like strings on the guitar, right? And you want to be the great guitar with all 6 perfect strings. But moreover, you want to be a genius musician who can play on this great, amazing guitar, right? So that's what does it mean to be on an integral level, to be integral person or master of spiral dynamics. So that's what I was gonna share with you in the first video. It wasn't just spiral dynamics introduction. And again, I'm gonna make more videos about each levels of spiral dynamics and share with you how you can estimate yourself personally and professionally, how you can estimate or assess your company, your leadership style, your company, your team, maybe your individual co-workers or direct reports, and how you can improve yourself and your team and your company using spiral dynamics approach and professional tools. Thank you for watching. I'm so happy to share this with you and looking forward to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.